Today we are going to be covering my new favorite pistol red dot, the Holosun 507 Comp. Unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably heard about the Holosun 507 Comp by now. It is probably the hottest pistol dot on the market right now, I would say. And I absolutely love this dot. So what is the Holosun 507 Comp? Well, it's basically the big brother to the 507C X2. As you can see, just a much bigger window on the 507 Comp. And as the name implies, this is really designed for competition shooters. You know, just that big window, being able to track the dot through recoil. The dot sometimes does not even leave the window if you have a proper grip and all your fundamentals are there. So this dot, I would kind of compare it to like the Trijicon RMR and then the Trijicon SRO, like their duty line and then their competition line. I don't shoot competition. I have this dot anyway, and I really like it for my shooting style, and just the visibility that you get through this huge window is just unmatched. After I shoot the 507 Comp all day, and then I pull out this is my carry pistol that has the 507C X2, it's just night and day different. As you'll notice with the 507C X2, it has kind of like a half circle type window with like the top of it is a half circle and the bottom portion of it is a square. But with the 507C Comp, it's a less exaggerated half circle at the top, and the majority of the window, I would say, is mostly a square. As compared to the Trijicon SRO, that is a complete circle. So some people like the circle, some people like the square. I haven't really found any preference one way or another. Because the window is just so big in this optic, I really just lose focus of the bezel, so to speak, and just, you know, just look through the glass. So like I mentioned, I don't shoot competition, but I like this optic a ton. And you know, these big windowed optics, people label them as less durable and prone to cracking, breaking, dropping, and all that's true. And I would say the definite con of this optic is with this huge, large window, it is super easy for dust, debris, dirt, rain, whatever, to get down in there. Now, this is obviously an open emitter design, and with any open emitter sight, you're going to have issues with dirt, lint, debris, just anything getting down in there, clogging up the emitter potentially, but definitely making that glass on that window just dirty, smudged, and all that kind of stuff. My carry pistol optic right now is just covered with lint. I mean, I can see, obviously, just still see through it and use it, but it's definitely dirty. I prefer a closed emitter like the Holosun EPS or something like that, but this is a close second place. We all take steps to secure our homes from outside threats, but oftentimes we leave ourselves open for online attack. That's why we're proud to announce today's video sponsor, Aura, to help us all take control of our online security. As you can see here, I just Googled my name and email address, and there are several hits that come up with my personal information for everyone to see. This is the result of data brokers selling my personal data to the highest bidder. While they legally have to remove my data if I ask them, the process is difficult and oftentimes not worth the effort. This is where Aura comes in. They not only monitor my banking and credit info, they also can remove my data from these broker sites. You may have another service that monitors your credit for any fraudulent activity, but that's just one of the many ways your data can be breached. With Aura, you have complete protection that monitors the dark web and your personal credit and banking institutions. If something does happen, Aura has a US-based customer service team that is available 24/7 to start solving any issues, and every Aura membership comes with $5 million identity theft protection. And my favorite feature of Aura is the ability for them to screen calls and eliminate most of the spam calls that we all receive daily. So that's worth it in my opinion, that alone. If you're interested, use our link in the description below to start your 14-day free trial to see how Aura's complete set of tools can help protect your identity and data. Thanks to Aura for supporting our channel, and thank you for watching. Now back to the video. Getting into the pros and cons, I would definitely say the #1 pro is just the huge window. It gives you a ton of visibility, situational awareness when you're looking down through the window at your reticle, and you just have a lot more stuff to look at as compared to the smaller windows of like your RMR 507C or like your EPS carry red dot pistol sights. The second pro is definitely the amount of reticles that this red dot comes with. I believe there's 8 reticles, anything from a small dot to a big open dot and anything in between. I've settled on, I think it's an 8 MOA circle with a 1 MOA dot in the middle of it, and it gives me very good visibility and brightness. And being 2 dots really close together, it almost gives the illusion of one like big bright dot, which I like a lot. Now obviously everybody has their preference on dots, and some of these I look through and I wonder who on earth would actually use them, but some people use them and wonder why I'm using this one. So it's just up for personal preference. I believe there's 8 options, so you're probably gonna find one you like pretty well. My last pro would definitely be the value of this pistol red dot. Trijicon SROs are, you know, $450, $500, somewhere along in there. I got this for less than $300, and that is an absolute bargain for how much dot you get for the money. I love Holosun optics. I have several of them on my pistols, and not one has failed me yet. So I have no issues running this in a serious duty use situation, or, you know, like, you know, my bug out pistol or whatnot. Just, you know, I'm a civilian, I don't go to work with a pistol, so to speak. So anything I have, this will be able to handle it extremely well. Now, getting into the cons of this red dot, the main one, like I mentioned, is the debris, dirt, grime that gets down in the window. It's a huge window, which gives me a ton of visibility, but also gives me a bigger area for stuff to get down into, grime up the lens, and it just makes the optic, you know, just less crisp and clean when you're looking through it. So that's definitely a con. And second con, like I mentioned again, is the open emitter. You know, it goes hand in hand with that first con that I mentioned. But if this were a closed emitter, if they could find a way to make this a closed emitter where they have a piece of glass back here sealing off the emitter, and, you know, if you get anything on it, just wipe off the back. You don't have to stick your finger in there with a microfiber or anything like that. It would be an excellent optic. But like I mentioned, this is my favorite pistol red dot. I'm probably gonna add a few more of these to some of my pistols. Right now I've got this on a Glock 47, and I shot this thing a ton, and it's just a pleasant experience to shoot. Like I mentioned, you can track the dot in recoil. The dot does not leave the window, so your follow-up shots, I believe, are quicker, and just all around just a pleasant shooting experience. You know, Holosun optics a few years ago were kind of laughed at. You know, nobody ran them seriously. A lot of people were skeptical of them, but I honestly would take a Holosun over several of the Trijicon offerings, or, you know, Delta Point Pros or anything like that. So this is definitely by far my favorite pistol red dot right now. So I just have a ton of good things to say about it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have anything to add, let us know down in the comments section below. Like the video and hit that subscribe button. We'll see you in the next video.